Hi, please like and subscribe. I'm today gonna take the YouTuber approach for this guide where I make many cuts, so deal with it. The first thing to know about Gabagool is that it's obtained from the Infernal Minion. The Infernal Minion is the newest Slayer minion obtained from Blaze Slayer tree. It produces crewed Gabagool, and you can see on it that Gabagool has two uses. First is that you can feed the new Wisp pets to level them up. Because there's a new cool armor on the Crimson Isle, I opted for a new progression pet for this Slayer instead of armor like Final Destination or Mastiff. These Wisp pets are actually Gabagool pets. They don't level up from combat XP, cat, candies, or anything, only Gabagool. Let's roll back to the Infernal Minion. This is very important. By default, the Infernal Minion is extremely slow. The OG slow minion was Obsidian at 45 seconds between actions. Then this memer came around with 80 seconds between actions. Well, the Infernal Minion is a whopping 1100 seconds between actions. But Infernal Minion has two gimmicks going for it. First, it has the Rising Celsius ability. The simplest way to put it, if you have 30 Infernal Minions, they all work 3x faster. Second, you don't go putting catalysts or lava buckets in this minion. They're both for idiots. Instead, as a shocking surprise, you use Infernal Minion fuel in your Inferno Minions. And this is where it gets interesting. Here's an example of Infernal Minion fuel. Let's cover the details. It's always a 24 hours fuel. It replaces your Gabagool production with a specialty item. The specialty seems fancy, but it's basically one of the four following. It means by picking your fuel, you can choose what end product your Inferno Minion creates. You also see it grants 15x speed, which is crazy. It's even crazier because it's multiplicative with Rising Celsius. What this means is that with 30 minions, a T1 Infernal goes from 11 seconds between actions to 24.5. Which, for example, is better than Blaze's minion at 33 seconds per action. So yeah, the minion is all about that fuel. Now, how do you actually create this fuel? This is what the recipes look like. You need three things. One is Infernal Fuel Blocks. You simply buy these from Elizabeth for 50 bits a piece. If 50 bits seems expensive to you, well, if you reach Blaze 9, then it's only 40 bits. Two is Distillates. These drop pretty often from the Infernal Demon Lord. Remember when I said there were 4 of them? Well, I lied. There's also a Gabagool distillate, which makes your minion produce 100% Gabagool. 3, you need Gabagool itself. These determines the speed multiplier of the fuel, either 10x, 15x, or 20x. So you take 32 crude Gabagool, 4 enchanted coal, and 4 sulfurs, and you tier up your crude into fuel Gabagool. Sulfur is a new collection on the Crimson Isle. Then with this fuel Gabagool, you can either craft the 10x minion fuel, or tier it up again into heavy Gabagool. Here's the breakdown. You need Infernal Fuel Blocks as a base cost, Distillates, which are drops from the boss, to pick the resource type, and Gabagool, from the minion itself, to pick the potency. Now, if you've been paying attention, there's one thing you might have noticed, is that Hypergolic fuel is funny expensive. What this means, in practice, is that if you run the 15x fuel, you're in profit, but if you run the 20x, you're actually burning lots of coins per day, even if it's 5x better. So why would you run the Hypergolic grade fuel? Because it drops unique items. If you run a full Infernal Minion setup, you'll get a couple Infernal Vertex a day. Those are then used in the Blaze Slayer recipes. So yes, you burn coins running Hypergolic, but it's gonna be worth it, hopefully. And the last thing to know is that starting at Infernal Minion X, you get the second passive ability. It doubles the rate of the very rare Infernal Apex, which is used in RNGesus recipes in the Slayer, like Sub-Zero Wisp and SOS Flare. That's it for Gabagool, the most sane Skyblock content ever, very intuitive and easy to understand. Bye.